Yo guys, welcome back, and today we are talking about Bway grosses, so let's get into it. So, A Strange Loop, which got nominated for 11 Tony Awards, performed to 67% capacity versus last week's 76. Not great, but again, I think when it wins Best Musical, and now that it's gotten nominated, you will see a progressive rise in A Strange Loop. So I'm not worried about that. Aladdin went from 90% capacity to 94% capacity. Beetlejuice almost came back to 1 million and went from 800 last week to 900 this week, and went from 57% to 62%, 8,000 out of 12,000 seats. Again, Beetlejuice is safe for the moment, but again, judging on ticket sales, I have a feeling like if it continues down this path, it will close before the end of the year. So, and they are lowering ticket prices and doing other things, but I feel like it might just be a little too late. But I'm hoping for your Beetlejuice. But at this point, the deal might already be sealed. Come From Away did 58% capacity versus last week's 60% capacity, only selling 4,000 out of 8,000 seats. I think that this show has a good chance of closing this year, or definitely next year, but we'll see what happens. Company performed to 66% capacity both last week and this week, selling 5,000 out of 8,000 seats. Again, this show is doing good for a Sondheim show, and it will get a boost once the Tony wins come in. DEH performed to 68% capacity, which was up from last week's 64% capacity, but only selling 5,000 out of 7,000 seats. And it's not doing as bad as Come From Away, but if these numbers continue, I think it will close by late next year, early 2024. Funny Girl performed to 97% capacity, which was an increase by 1%. It's still a box office juggernaut despite no Tony noms. I think they'll be good. Go From the North Country performed to 52% capacity versus last week's 56%, 3,000 out of 6,000 seats. This show will 100% close by June. Hadestown did 98% capacity versus last week's 95%. And while it did not make $1 million, it's done so well over the past year. That's absolutely fine. Hamilton went from 91% capacity to 94% capacity and made $2 million. Still not 100% capacity, which is very interesting that Hamilton is no longer selling out. But we'll see. Yeah, but I mean, it's not closing, but it is interesting. I wouldn't have thought this would have happened. Harry Potter went from 70% to 80%. I don't think these are good enough capacity numbers. It's barely making $1 million, so I actually don't know if the show will stay open for that long. MJ the Musical had an 89% capacity versus last week's 84, selling 9,000 out of 11,000 seats. I think this is the surprise hit of the season. I thought this wouldn't do so well, but it is, so good for it. Doubtfire will definitely close this year, as it performed to 69% capacity versus last week's 63%, only selling 5,000 out of 8,000 seats. And yeah, these kind of numbers are just not good. Paradise Square went from 54% to 61%, and also not doing so hot. 6 went from 89 to 96% capacity, so did very well. The Tina Turner Musical seems to be the one show to somehow defy the odds, as it went from 59% to 73% and making $1 million. And this is the first time that Tina has made $1 million since like 2020. So hey, I'm all for a show succeeding and proving me, the doubter, the hater, wrong. But I really didn't think the show was gonna succeed. I really didn't think it was gonna last. So that is the video. Make sure to like, sub, and comment. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.